one thing that's great too about the combination of the indoor pool and outdoor pool is, and the new concepts and flexibility that comes with an outdoor aquatic facility, is it puts the park district in a position to respond to new concepts that we haven't even thought of before. So over the next couple of years, there may be citizens or groups in the community come up with new aquatic ideas. And now the Urbana Park District is going to have the flexibility to address those. Because as we find that, what's a great idea in terms of a program in 2010, by 2015 may be antiquated and we may be on to something different. And I think people should be comfortable that as those new ideas and concepts come up, that we're now going to be in a better place to meet those expectations.
And by having the various levels of water,
right,
that opens us up for anything and everything that comes along, really.
Right.
So that's, like you said, that's a great part of this plan.
Tony, since 2003, the Park District, Urbana Park District and Urbana School District have had the indoor pool.
Right.
And it's provided an opportunity for every child that goes to Urbana schools to participate in aquatics. How do you see the two of those programs helping youth become more fit, and what kinds of changes do you see with youth and opportunities?
Well, I think what happens, and what I've seen, particularly when you come up with a multifaceted, diverse aquatic experience, is that one is we want the kids to get more involved in learning how to swim. And we want parents who support that as an option. But what often happens is that when you're 10 or 11 and 12, your first idea is to just have fun. And we've created a facility that will draw people or kids to the facility because you can have a good time. But at the same time, put them adjacent to swimming opportunities and the ability to learn how to swim, which will only facilitate their enjoyment of the aquatic space. And the one thing with the zero depth, which is great, is it allows, and this is always important because about a good part of your community, maybe 70% of the community are non-swimmers or not, can probably swim less than 100 yards. So the zero depth actually allows people to go who have minimum to no swimming skill. It allows adults to come in with kids and get that experience together. And we hope that too encourages adults to get their kids to learn how to swim, because that just increases the overall enjoyment of the facility. So I really support, and one of my long-range goals is to increase the overall knowledge of and all of the communities within this community in their ability to be safe in the pools, and really supports the learning of better and improved aquatic skills.
Carl's family has been in Urbana for a long time. You've taken advantage of a lot of the parks, and all of the amenities, including the pool. How was that important to your family, Carl?
It was very important. I'm not a good swimmer, but certainly encourage my three boys to be good swimmers, and they are now, and can scuba dive and do all those things as a function of having an opportunity to have the Urbana Park District facilities. And that's been true for all the parks activities. I think we can really be proud in this community of what's going on with our park district. There's so many opportunities for all ages to participate in many, many different ways. And again, with respect to the program and the upcoming referendum, part of the advisory committee's responsibilities were to add input to questions that might come up by the potential voter as to this issue. And I think all of us on that committee did our best to bring forth every question that we could think of that voter might ask relative to the referendum and to the upcoming pool. And much of that information has been translated into documents that are on the web, and also I know our intention as part of the committee is to distribute these to our friends and neighbors. And I think there was a referendum many years ago for a pool for the Urbana High School, and that referendum failed, but I think it failed mostly because of lack of information. And I think this time, every possible question that we can think of that people might be interested in or concerned about has been approached and has been responded to. And so that's why I feel real confident that anyone who takes the time to look at what's going on here will recognize the value of this to the community.
And just to add in here a little bit, if perchance there's a voter, somebody in the public out there who thinks that they got a question that hasn't been covered and that the information isn't there, by all means, there's information for how to contact the Park District on the website, or you can call probably should call the Recreation Office.
Phillips.
And the phone number is?
367-1544.
Now we should move on a little bit, I think, here to the election details. This referendum is going to take place on April the 5th of this year. Although Vicki here is going to present some information about early voting and some of the other things of that sort.
Early voting begins on March the 14th. The ballots are in the process of being prepared if not already. The Park District's referendum question will be after the candidate ballot opportunities. It is the wording of the ballot is actually prescribed by law. This is what has to be placed in the wording, and one of the most important things is that it does not have the word pool in it. The ballot has the words Urbana Park District, but it doesn't describe how the funds for the tax rate increase will be used. And it's important for you to know that those funds are dedicated to building, maintaining, and operating an outdoor pool in Urbana. So even though the ballot does not have the word pool in it, these funds are dedicated to that purpose. And here's a sample of the ballot so that you can actually see what it says. There's also a sample ballot on our website, and if you have questions, again, you can call and ask the Park District or send us an email, and we'll try to respond to those. Maybe one of the things that we can talk about in sort of wrapping up is what the Park District promised when it presented a rate increase request of 15 cents. And the Park District promised that we would do 4 things with that 15-cent rate increase. The first thing was to continue important programs and services. And we've been able to do that because of the funding from the 15-cent rate increase that the voters approved. And so neighborhood nights, concerts, and free programs like Strawberry Jam and the Jazz Walk and Turkey Trot have been able to continue. We made a commitment to maintain our existing facilities, and that allows us to continue replacing playgrounds and bring them up to safe, the most current safety guidelines. We've been able to renew our buildings and protect them from damage, so replacing the roof at the Anita Purvis Nature Center, putting new siding on the lake house, building an accessible trail, a trail for individuals with any kind of mobility challenges from the Nature Center to Busey Woods. We've been able to make energy improvements in all of our facilities to help reduce the cost of operating the facilities. And we've been able to continue matching grants. We currently have 3 grants that required a grant match for facilities improvements. We've also been able to construct a modern, safe planning operations facility, which is key to being able to maintain parks and facilities over their life. And again, the 4 things that were promised included planning for a future outdoor pool and placing a question on the ballot And this is that fourth thing. One of the things that it's also important to talk about is what happens if the citizens do not support the 11-cent rate increase to build, operate, and maintain a new pool. At that point, the Park District will need to really reevaluate its aquatics programs. It's certain that it will be necessary to demolish and remove the existing outdoor pool for safety and aesthetic reasons for Crystal Lake Park. We're concerned that we could continue providing the Nadiators program in a quality way, so we're not certain that the Nadiators program would continue, and definitely it would change our opportunities for fitness and taking our day camps to summer swimming activities. So those are pretty important things to think about if the 11-cent rate increase doesn't pass, because those are things that have to be addressed as well.
So I think in summation here, we're coming up on a big decision for this community to make. I think as we promised 2 years ago, we've done a careful planning job. It's not down to the minute detail of the architect's drawings because that would be too expensive, but we've made a really good faith and due diligent effort to come up with a concept plan that fits the needs of this community as expressed by the public, and put a price tag on it, try to keep that price as low as we could and still have a facility that we think the community would be proud of. And so now is the time for the public to decide whether we're going to pass this and continue to have outdoor aquatics be a major thing in the Urbana Park District, or if we're going to have to go in a different direction. And we urge every voter to seek out all the information that we can provide them, and for them then to make that decision as they see best.
And more information is available on the Park District's website, which is www.urbanaparks.org. And we hope that you will check there or call us. And Corky, what's the phone number at Phillips again?
Phone number is 367-1544.